Look up at the stars. You've been told the universe is an empty, silent void. That is a lie. Beyond the razor-thin shield of our atmosphere, space is not a quiet vacuum. It is an active, violently hostile execution chamber. And it has designed infinite, mathematically perfect ways to erase you. We are not talking about simple suffocation. We are not talking about floating away into the dark. We are going to simulate what happens to human biology in the 5 most unforgiving environments ever discovered. Places where physics breaks down, where chemistry becomes a weapon, and where survival is not measured in days, but in fractions of a millisecond. You don't have to travel light years to find a world that actively wants you dead. You just have to look at our closest neighbor. Target 1. Venus. Let's drop you into the upper atmosphere. As you fall, the gravity feels exactly like Earth. The horizon looks vast. Then, you hit the cloud deck. These clouds are not water vapor. They are highly concentrated corrosive sulfuric acid. Before you even see the ground, the very air begins to eat the carbon fibers of your spacesuit. But let's assume your suit is made of an indestructible alloy. Let's assume you survive the descent and your boots touch the surface. Welcome to the floor of an alien hell. The sky above you is a suffocating, rusted orange. There is no sun, just a blinding, diffuse, shadowless glow. The temperature outside your suit is 864 degrees Fahrenheit, 462 degrees Celsius. If you held a block of solid zinc in your hand, it would immediately turn into a puddle. But the heat is not what kills you. It's the weight of the sky. The atmosphere on Venus is so violently compressed, it behaves more like a supercritical fluid than a gas. The surface pressure is 92 times greater than on Earth. Imagine diving into the ocean. Now imagine diving 3,000 feet down without a submarine. That is the physical weight pressing on your skull right now. If your suit sustains even a microscopic fracture, the pressure doesn't just crush you, it forcefully drives the boiling, toxic air into your lungs, collapsing your chest cavity in a microsecond. Your blood flash boils in your veins, your biological structure simply folds inward. Venus doesn't just kill you, it flattens you, bakes you, and dissolves the remains into the acidic wind. But Venus is merely a planetary oven. It is passive. What if a planet was actively trying to shred you to pieces? Target 2. 64 light-years away, in the constellation Vulpecula, sits HD 189733b. Through a viewport, it is stunning. A deep, beautiful cobalt blue marble. It looks like a larger, more majestic Earth. Do not open the airlock. That beautiful blue color is an optical illusion. It is caused by clouds laced with silicate particles. Silicate, the exact compound used to manufacture glass. This planet is tidally locked to its star. One hemisphere is perpetually scorched, the other is trapped in eternal freezing darkness. This extreme temperature differential creates wind. But wind is a terrestrial concept. The atmospheric currents here move at 5,400 miles per hour. That is Mach 7, 7 times the speed of sound. Combine those two facts. You have silicate clouds condensing in the extreme heat, forming solid, jagged shards of glass. And you have atmospheric currents moving at 5,000 miles an hour. On this planet, it rains glass. But because of the sheer velocity, It doesn't rain down, it rains sideways. If you materialize on the surface, you do not fall. You are instantly caught in a supersonic hurricane of invisible, razor-sharp shrapnel. A single shard of glass moving at Mach 7 carries the kinetic energy of a high-caliber sniper round. You are struck by billions of them simultaneously. Your suit, your skin, your muscular tissue, and your skeleton are not punctured. They are sandblasted into a fine red mist in less than a tenth of a second. Before your brain can process the electrical signals of pain from your nerve endings, you are already gone, mixed forever into the howling blue storm. Planets with surfaces offer a quick death. But what if the horror isn't what's flying at you? What if there is no ground at all? Target 3. The core of Jupiter. You drop into the upper atmosphere of the gas giant. At first, it's a chaotic freefall through swirling bands of ammonia and hydrogen. The winds roar, lightning strikes flash around you, 1,000 times more powerful than anything on Earth. But you keep falling and falling. There is no crust to hit. Hours pass, the light from the distant sun fades completely. You are swallowed by total, suffocating darkness. The temperature spikes, the pressure builds exponentially. As you descend thousands of miles, the gas around you becomes so dense it undergoes a phase change. You aren't falling through air anymore, you are sinking through a supercritical fluid. It feels like moving through boiling, incredibly heavy syrup. You cannot swim, you cannot move your limbs. The crushing weight of the largest planet in our solar system is pushing down on you from every possible vector. And you are still sinking. Deeper still, roughly 10,000 miles down, the pressure reaches 2 million times that of Earth's surface. Here, the laws of physics force hydrogen to do something unnatural. The electrons are squeezed completely off their host atoms. The hydrogen gas becomes a liquid metal. You are now sinking into an ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen. The temperature reaches 18,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than the surface of the sun. You are completely blind, encased in a crushing, glowing, electrified metallic fluid that conducts massive magnetic currents flawlessly. At this depth, the human body doesn't burn, it doesn't drown. Under this immense, incomprehensible gravity, the carbon, water, and calcium that make up your cells are violently compressed. Your biological matter is crushed so intensely that its chemical bonds shatter. You do not leave a corpse inside Jupiter. You are forged into a microscopic speck of super-dense material, sinking for centuries toward a rocky core you will never reach. Planetary deaths are brutal, but they still operate under the rules of normal matter. If you truly want to witness the universe's capacity for violence, we must leave the planets behind. We must look at the corpses of dead stars. Target 4. A magnetar. When a massive star dies, it detonates in a supernova. What is left behind is often a neutron star, an object the mass of our sun, crushed into a sphere the size of a single city. But a magnetar is an anomaly, a stellar apex predator. It possesses the most powerful magnetic field in the known universe. To understand how deadly this is, you must remember that your body is an electrical machine. Your nervous system, your brain, the very bonds holding your molecules together, they all rely on delicate electromagnetic forces. Let's place you 600 miles away from the surface of a magnetar. At this distance, you are entirely safe from its gravity. You aren't being pulled in, but you are already dead. The magnetic field of a magnetar is 1,000 trillion times stronger than Earth's. The instant the field washes over you, the iron in your blood is violently magnetized, tearing through your veins and arteries. But the macro damage is irrelevant. The micro level is where the true erasure happens. Atoms are spherical. They have a nucleus in the center, with electrons orbiting in a spherical cloud. But the magnetic pull of a magnetar is so overwhelmingly dominant, it overpowers the nuclear forces inside your own body. As you float in the void, looking at this tiny, spinning, glowing star, your atoms begin to deform. The spherical electron clouds inside your flesh are forcibly stretched into long, microscopic, needle-like cylinders. Chemistry instantly stops working. The molecular bonds that hold your skin, your internal organs, your very DNA together simply dissolve. You do not explode. You do not catch fire. You literally unravel. You fade away like a digital glitch, breaking down into a cloud of highly magnetized, independent subatomic particles. 1 second you are a human being, the next you are a smear of disorganized protons, entirely deleted from reality by an invisible force. But even a magnetar leaves your particles behind. It changes your atomic structure, but your matter remains in the universe. There is one place where even that is taken from you. A place where space and time collapse into a single, inescapable point. The ultimate graveyard of the cosmos. Target 5. The event horizon of a supermassive black hole. You are drifting through the silence. Before you is a sphere of absolute, perfect nothingness. It doesn't reflect light. It doesn't cast a shadow. It is a literal hole in the fabric of the universe, framed by a blinding, spinning halo of superheated plasma. You cross the event horizon, the boundary of no return. To travel backward would require moving faster than the speed of light. Your fate is sealed. As you are pulled toward the singularity at the center, gravity scales at a terrifying, exponential rate with every inch you drop. If you fall feet first, the gravity pulling on your boots is millions of times stronger than the gravity pulling on your skull. First, you feel a massive, unnatural pulling sensation in your spine. Your joints violently dislocate, your cartilage tears. You are being stretched. The gravitational gradient entirely overcomes the structural integrity of your skeleton. Your body is pulled into a long, thin ribbon of flesh and bone. But the tidal forces do not stop there. The stretching becomes so severe that it begins to pull your individual molecules apart, then your atoms. You are drawn out into a single, continuous, atom-wide stream of matter, spiraling down into the absolute dark. But physical destruction is only half the nightmare. Time itself fractures here. Because of extreme time dilation, the flow of time slows down drastically the closer you get to the singularity. If someone was watching you fall from a safe distance, they would never actually see you die. They would see your descent slow to a halt. To them, you would freeze on the edge of the black hole, slowly fading to dark red, trapped as a ghost on the horizon for eternity. And for you? If your eyes could still process light as you fell, the slowing of your own time would cause the outside universe to rapidly accelerate. Looking back out into space, you would watch stars be born and burn out in fast forward. You would watch galaxies collide and die. You would witness the entire future history of the universe play out in a matter of seconds, right before you hit the singularity and cease to exist. Venus flattens you. The blue planet shreds you. Jupiter crushes you. The Magnetar dissolves you. And the black hole erases your time, your space, and your matter. The next time you look up at the night sky, do not mistake the silence for peace. It is just waiting.